The wind didn't howl. It hissed. Like a breath held too long, finally exhaled when the name slipped free. Ebanja. The word didn't sound like a warning. It sounded like a prophecy. As if saying it out loud woke something that had never really gone to sleep. The girl who spoke it was just a child. Dust on her skin, braid frayed, lips cracked from heat and silence. But her eyes, they had seen too much. Zalena didn't move. She watched the girl like she expected the name itself to walk in behind her. The air in the hut thickened. The fire snapped once. Then went quiet. Behind her, Kayo's grip tightened around the knife she had given him. Not out of fear, but out of memory. The kind that hums under your skin and never really stops. Neither of them asked how the girl knew. Because some names don't need an explanation. Some names wear their own blood. Zalena finally spoke. She's too young to know what he is. Kayo didn't turn to her.
Or maybe she's exactly the right age.
Outside, the wind stirred. It carried dust and something colder. The kind of cold that lives in scars, not in seasons. Kayo stepped out fast. He didn't slam the door or speak. He just walked like a man checking if the past had found his scent again. Zalena stayed behind. She stared at the fire until it stopped pretending to be warm. Later, she found the girl again. Sitting near the old grain hut. Barefoot. Eating cold maize from a folded leaf. Zalena sat nearby. Not close. Close had never been safe. You know who I am, she said. The girl didn't stop chewing. That's why I came. Zalena studied her. Her arms were thin, bruised in old and new places. Her eyes didn't dart. They stared. Like she no longer feared consequences. What does he want? Zalena asked. The girl shrugged. He never wants. He just takes. Back at the hut, Kayo was sharpening the blade. Not like before, not to maintain it. This was something else. His movements were steady. But his jaw was tight. Each scrape of metal on stone echoed louder than it should have. He didn't blink. Didn't breathe too hard. It was ritual now. Not preparation. He was remembering who he had to be before he tried to become anything else. That night, Zalena stood alone in the clearing. The moon was dull behind thick clouds. She didn't speak to Kayo. Or the girl. Or even herself. She spoke to the wind. If you come back, she said, you better come hungry. Because I won't run this time. Inside, Kayo was restless. He shifted on the mat, limbs twitching. His voice was low, strained.
Ajua.
Zalena didn't move. She sat by the wall, arms wrapped around her knees. She knew that name. And she knew she wasn't the only one haunted by ghosts. In the morning, they didn't talk about the dream. They didn't talk about Ebanja. Or the girl. Or the past. Zalena packed her herbs. Vials of oil. Strips of dried musle bark. Crushed root powder wrapped in leaves. Kayo packed 2 blades. The one she gave him. And a shorter one, carved and jagged. They moved in silence. But the silence was no longer fear. It was readiness. The girl was waiting for them outside. He's moving, she said. You don't have much time. Zalena nodded. And Kayo, without looking at either of them, said, time's not what I need. Just distance. And a clean shot. Some names are whispered only when it rains. Others are buried under tree roots. But in Amvesa, names are returned. With a blade.